Today is November 16th, and we're going on our first sail on the boat, which is us going south from Maryland.
Quick weather report this morning. It is supposed to be west winds, which is not great for today. We were trying to head from here to the Solomons. It's about 45 miles. We will probably be beating into it most of the day. It's supposed to be 10 to 15, but not very big waves because it's the Chesapeake. So hopefully, fingers crossed, not too big a deal. And let's get the hell out of here.
And we're off.
Bye, Cola.
Really annoying because we are cutting through Poplar Island Narrows, which is the spot between Poplar Island and the eastern shore. We did this so that we could get south before the wind switched out of the south, but basically soon as I turned us south, the wind shifted, and so now we've got it on the nose already. Hopefully it's going to stay light. It's not very, it's barely anything right now, but we may have to drop the main because we're bluffing. And we're going to be on basically this course for a while, but essentially from now until pretty much to our anchorage, we can be on this course. So it is what it is. We got a nice sail this morning. The wind is finally coming down a little bit, which is making it a little bit warmer, which is nice, but it was nice to be sailing. So what can you do? It's a good first sail. I think some things that I really love so far about this boat is just like the motion is really great, but also like it's so much less tiring. Like being at the wheel is so much less tiring than the tiller, and like just like you're not heeled as much, the motion's slower, so you're not like engaging your abs as much. I don't feel nearly as tired after like almost 4 hours as I would have in these same conditions on the Alberg, which is huge because it just means that those overnights and those longer passages just don't take it out of you quite as much. So as annoyed as I am currently with the wind situation, I'm not annoyed at all with the boat. I did have one tiny moment of panic this morning because we had like a decent gust and I turned the wheel in the wrong direction because my brain is still wired for tiller. So when my instincts took over, I went the wrong way and it made it worse. And I kind of had a little bit of a panic moment, but then I just have to get used to it. And I mean, I had already corrected before I handed it back to Andy, but it was just that like one little moment of feeling like, oh crap, I'm kind of in over my head a little bit. I think had I not been so cold, I probably wouldn't have panicked quite so much, but it was like the combination of being cold and that made me kind of give it up. So, but that's like the only thing that's happened today that's made me like even remotely uncomfortable or anxious. Like It's been so smooth.
The wind has entirely died, just like every other day that happens when we enjoy sailing. So we're now motoring our way to Solomon's, correct?
Yep.
Solomon's. Crossing the shipping channel now. This 1,000-footer pointed straight towards me. It's pretty cool. It's pretty
Is
cool.
there really?
Yeah.
Are we gonna cross in front of it?
I hope so.
There are a lot of crab pots through here, and this is kind of our first experience of dealing with like crab or lobster pots without having the full keel and like aperture propeller. It's way more nerve-wracking. I kind of get why people like get so stressed out about it, but you just got to pay attention and try to avoid them as best you can. The problem in the Chesapeake versus in Maine is that the pots are very small and they don't sit very far above the water, so it's hard to see them until you're practically on top of them. And then the other thing that's a little different is that a lot of them, even if they are bright colored, because they sit in the water and it's like the Chesapeake's really high fouling, is they get really like scummy. And so even if they are bright colored, they're usually like almost black just with scum. So you got to be really on high alert. And right now, the way that the sun is, and there's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of chop, it's making it really hard to see them, and they're getting thicker. So I think I'm going to try to go out into a little bit deeper water here and see if I can get rid of just a few of them, because I'm only at about 25 feet of water at the moment. We are anchors down here in Solomon's. The anchor set super hard. It was the first time we've anchored with this boat, so it was like a little just getting used to a couple new little things. Me getting used to like how to pop it in and out of gear back at the helm and that kind of stuff. But it went beautifully, set super hard. We are in this nice little back bay here. Andy's going to take Aiden to shore, and I'm going to go start dinner down below. I can't believe how much easier it is to cook on Acadia. The counter space is incredible, and having an oven means I can start using some of my favorite recipes again. Tonight we're having shakshuka, a North African egg dish which is super belly warming after a cold day on the water. Making the dog man.